Are you a financial advisor who's ever wondered, how do I get past the doctor's gatekeeper? Well, you are not alone. This is one of the most frequently asked questions I get. And today I'm going to share with you what I tell my private coaching clients who pose this question to me. Welcome to the Engaging Doctors podcast. If you are a financial advisor who wants to accelerate your business growth by attracting, engaging, and serving more doctor clients, you are in the right place. I'm Dr. Vicki Rackner, your host. I'm a retired surgeon who spent the past 15 years helping financial advisors crack the physician code and reach the doctors who want and need their help. In this episode, you'll discover why it's so hard to get past the doctor's gatekeeper, why it's so hard to get a meeting with a doctor who's never met you, and alternatives to barging past the gatekeeper, including a campaign that gets one of my financial advisor clients an 82% conversion to one-on-one meetings. So let's get started by first understanding the life of a gatekeeper. When I was a physician in private practice, I hired my own gatekeeper. Her job was simple, to keep me happy, and I offered guidelines. I wanted any and all communications that helped me take better care of patients to get through. So that meant patients, referring physicians, and other healthcare professionals. They were all welcomed. However, I did not want my attention drained by the many sales reps who park themselves in my waiting room. If something wasn't tied to direct patient care, I was not interested. So these are pretty simple guidelines, right? The problem is that this was not always easy for my gatekeeper to execute. Now, she was walking a tightrope. She could make me unhappy by letting things through I didn't want to get. However, she balanced that against making me unhappy when she screened out something I did want to see. Now, I recognize that she had a hard job, and she was being paid not a lot, about $20 an hour for this all-important service. So these gatekeepers who guard the entry to doctors' attention are very good at their jobs. They are very fierce. So you have two problems if your marketing campaigns involve getting past the gatekeeper to a physician who doesn't know who you are. Well, first, it's hard to get past the gatekeeper. You will invest lots of time trying to do this. Second, chances are good that if you're not properly introduced to a doctor, you will seem like an outsider. So let me remind you that doctors behave like tropical fish. They tend to gather together and move together in the direction of the leader, and doctors do it for the same reason tropical fish do. It offers protection against predators. Most doctors, myself included, have been a victim of financial predators. So if you are an insider already trusted by other doctors, you are welcome. However, if you are an outsider, you are seen as a potential predator. So if a doctor doesn't know you, they're probably going to err on the side of seeing you as an outsider. I have a small kitten who's a door dasher. Whenever he sees an open door, he just wants to get out. Well, this morning I was bringing in some heavy litter and he got out the door. I spent a fair amount of time trying to get near him, and when I was just about within reaching distance, he would just take off. And I knew that I could continue this game for a long time without getting my little kitten back in the house. So instead, I abandoned that effort. I came to the house and got a tube of his favorite treat that he loves, and then coaxed him to me. In a similar way, trying to break through the gatekeeper is like me trying to chase my kitten. It takes a lot of effort and time, and it generally leads to disappointing results. That is why I recommend against it. Here's what to do instead. Go through the doctor's back door Every doctor has a back door to the office. It's not for patient use, it's for the staff. So think about ways that you can be invited through the doctor's back door. So this is like me persuading my kitten to come to me with his favorite treat. Now, I was just talking about the topic of getting past the gatekeeper with the financial advisors enrolled in the 1% Club. This is a group of advisors who've made a commitment to getting just a little bit better every week. So, one of the financial advisors in the group, named Jim, described what he does. If he knows a doctor he wants to meet, he first asks his existing network if anyone knows the doctor. Then he said, well, tell me about this doctor. So maybe he learns that the doctor was just divorced, or they're planning a retirement, or the daughter just got accepted into medical school. Now, he's not just reaching out to any random doctor. He knows a bit about who this doctor is. So here's what he does. He takes a copy of my book, The 9 Money Mistakes That Doctors Make. He wraps it up with beautiful wrapping. He writes a personal note that includes this human tidbit that he picked up from his network. And then he calls an Uber driver to hand deliver the gift to the doctor's office. He instructs the Uber driver to get the name of the receptionist to whom he hands the book. He waits a couple of days, then he calls the office and says, "Hi, I'm Jim. I'm the person who sent the doctor a gift. May I please speak with the doctor?" Well, this sounded like a nice campaign. I asked Jim, well, how many books have you sent out? He said, 23. Then I asked, well, how many appointments have you gotten? He said, 19. That's an 82% conversion rate. This is a huge wow. So, something like this where you're being invited through the doctor's back door can work very well. Now, there might have been a time in the past when you could buy a list of doctors' phone numbers and just start making phone calls. However, in 2025, I will tell you that this is a very low ROI activity for the reasons that I've mentioned. Instead, find a way of making a human connection with this doctor that you want to meet. The doctor's bio on the website might offer a clue. You can go look at social profiles either on LinkedIn or Facebook. Maybe you find out that the doctor loves antique cars and so do you. Maybe you know some similar people. Look for that Me Too moment. Then send the doctor a gift of a yummy treat. Maybe you just want to send some goodies to eat. But I will tell you that financial advisors describe great success with the 9 Money Mistakes book. With the combination of a human connection, as well as a gift a doctor wants to receive, you get invited through the back door instead of trying to break through the front door. So, in summary, if your strategy for reaching doctors is focused on getting past the gatekeepers, you are already on the wrong path. When you try to force your way in, you'll usually just hear a door slam shut. That's why gatekeeper-focused strategies are very low ROI efforts. Instead, get invited through that back door. Invest a bit of time getting to know the doctor that you want to meet and find a Me Too moment. Then give Jim's campaign a try. Send a wrapped gift along with a card describing this personal connection. And let me know how that works for you. Well, thank you for your time and attention. I will just remind you that this is the right place and the right time to mine the treasures in the medical market. Stay tuned, and I will show you how. In our next episode, I'll lay out some general principles that will put you in a better position to sell to doctors. So don't miss it.